warm welcome to you guys for being with me today and being so patient. We started a little bit late. So today we're going to talk about Bharatanatyam. It's a traditional old Indian classical dance. The reason why we are talking about Bharatanatyam, because I think as a diverse community, we have to send this message to different groups of people, just kind of educating them about the dance style and why is it so important. So as we start, so we're going to talk about what is Bharatanatyam and why is it so popular. Probably some of you would know that it's one of the most popular dances all over India and also one of the most popular dances in the world. And then we're going to talk about the Natya Shastra, which is called it's like the Bible of dance. So why is it so important? And then how Bharatanatyam helps us to open up our chakras, which are the 7 chakras in our body, helps maintain and regulates the balance in our body. We will talk a little bit about the history and the background of the dance. We will talk about the repertoire of the dance, why is it so important, and the different aspects of the dance style. And we will talk a little bit about the exponents of Bharatanatyam and the basics and the 7 steps to perfection. So what is Bharatanatyam? Bharatanatyam is an Indian classical dance, as I told you, and it's probably one of the oldest of all Indian classical dances. It has gone through a lot of changes, a lot of phases, downfall, and then it raised up again. It has its own heritage. So today, in this current time, we will see different styles of Bharatanatyam, but they all age back or date back to the same place of origin. But with time and with people, it has changed a lot. And that process of evolution kind of helped it still being strong and stay at one of the most popular dances, probably. The theoretical base of this form traces back to Natya Shastra, which is the ancient Hindu text on performing arts. So for all the postures, the hand movements, the body movements, the neck movements, eye movements, the dance style, everything, they depict their own meaning, and they have their own story to tell. Bharatanatyam is known for its grace, purity, and tenderness, and sculpturous poses. So I have a person who's going to demonstrate today about Bharatanatyam. Can I have? She is one of my little kids, one of my little students. Can you show us one of the poses of Bharatanatyam? How do we do the namaskara? Can you show us that? So this is actually called the namaskaram, or it's kind of taking permission or taking blessings first from the Mother Earth, because we are always stomping on her, knowingly or unknowingly. We might hurt her. So it's very essential for us to take permission from her first, that Mother Earth, please forgive us, we're stomping on you. So that's the reason why she came all the way down, and she touched her fingers, tip of her fingers, and took permission. There is a reason why she started from here, because she took blessings from gods, and then she takes permission from her teacher, and then finally she bows down to the audience, asking for permission, like, may I start with the dance piece or not? So each and every aspect of Bharatanatyam brings with itself a very rich information and a very rich meaning. And before we start dance and after we finish off with any piece of dance, we always do namaskaram. because this is very important. We just cannot go around dancing. We have to greet the people. Thank you. Bharatanatyam resembles the element of fire, the mystic manifestation of the metaphysical element of fire in human body. So Bharatanatyam actually denotes the fire within. So it says, it's very funny, but in Vedic text it says that it enlightens you from within. Why? Because you spark the fire. Once you spark the fire, you find your balance. And when you find your balance, then you yourself, you know your point of control, and you know how to control yourself. And that is why Bharatanatyam is so unique. The Natya Shastra is often referred to as the Bible of Indian classical dance, as I told you. The creation of Natya Shastra is very important in the present. We call the present this time as Kali Yuga. And we say that there would be a lot of destruction, a lot of negatives going on. Well, Bharatanatyam, the basic form of dance, teaches us how to increase the positive aspects within ourselves to combat that negative. Centuries ago, there were many dancers, priestesses in the Hindu temples in South India called Devdasis. Now, they were totally dedicated for this dance, and they were kind of the explorers, the first explorers of Bharatanatyam. They would sing, dance, and play many musical instruments. They were all versed in Sanskrit and other languages. Since these dancers were called Devdasis, Bharatanatyam was originally called Dasi Upto. Now, we were talking about the chakras, about initiating them. The fundamental purpose of this dance has been union with the God through bodily transcendence. In this technique of dance, it has served a route to self-knowledge. And this is very essential. This is the reason why we do yoga. Bharatanatyam is nothing but yoga in dance combined. Bharatanatyam is an artistic yoga that involves the movement of the body parts in a very artistic and elegant manner. The term Bharatanatyam was introduced in the mid-30s by S. Krishna Iyer and later spread by Rukmini Devi Arundel. It comprises of bhava, that means feelings, raga, that means music, and tala, that means rhythm, and natya put together as Bharatanatyam. The repertoire of Bharatanatyam, like all major classical Indian dance forms, follows the three categories of performance in the Natya Shastra. These are nritya, that means just movements of the body, nritya, that is movements and expression, and natya, which is drama. So when we all combine all of these things, then we get Bharatanatyam. So it's dance itself. When we dance this particular Bharatanatyam dance, we are not just moving our hand and body, we are also in a way portraying our feelings. It's a way of self-expression. So the nritya is abstract, fast, and the rhythmic aspect of the dance. The viewer is presented with pure movement in Bharatanatyam, wherein the emphasis is in the beauty of motion, form, and speed. So this is typically moving our body, the movement. Nritya is slower and expressive aspect of the dance that attempts to communicate feelings, storyline, particularly with spiritual themes in Hindu dance traditions. So this is dance that is movement plus acting. And natya is typically a team performance, but it could be done solo also. This is more of drama. Now, why Bharatanatyam? There is a reason why, because it increases the agility and flexibility. It initiates the chakras, which we are saying for a long time, and helps in balance. It puts eye, hand, and body coordination in place, which is very necessary now. We are facing with a big challenge, which is the eye, hand, and body coordination challenge. And Bharatanatyam always gets flying colors in that. And this is one of the main reasons why this dance form is so popular. Can I have my demonstration, please? Can you show me, let's see, one matter. Anyone? Anyone? Yes, let's see. Can I say it for you? Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tayo, tat, tat, tayo, ta. 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 So here, first of all, if you're noticing, she's sitting in this posture. This is typically called the Aramandi. And the reason why we sit like this in Bharatanatyam, why? Because it initiates our spine. And this is where we face the problem once we start getting old. So once you find your balance over here, this connects to your brain. And this helps a lot in finding your balance in both the sides of the body. Trust me, it's really hard to coordinate both of our sides. It's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. But if we start doing it at a very early age, then we can see the benefits. So this is the reason why Bharatanatyam is so popular, because we have seen people change. We have seen kids combat their challenges through this form of dance. It gives purity, clarity, and neatness of movements. It increases concentration and attention span, and it boosts memory and cognition. Of course, because when you always have to remember, when I'm doing the same thing on my right side, I have to do the same thing on my left side. So it's always right and left, right and left. These are the basics of Bharatanatyam: the hand movements, the eye and the neck movement, and the leg postures. They're very important. Why? Because we are always combining them together. So it's really important for our brain to register that we are not just moving our hand and feet. We are working with our eyes, we are working with our neck, and we are working with our legs also. Bharatanatyam style is noted for its fixed upper torso. Why? Because we have to find that perfect balance of our spine. Legs bent or knees flexed out, combined with spectacular footwork. The reason why we have the legs bent out is that we want to fight arthritis. Nobody wants that. That is the reason why. And that's why it gives a sophisticated look to that dance. And it has a vocabulary of sign language. So every time, every hand gesture, whatever we are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this, we have a meaning. So when we are doing this, this is pataka or a flag. When we are doing this, this is tripataka or a tricolor flag. When we are doing this, this is ardhapataka or a half flag. So this is a crescent moon. This is a half moon. So every hand movement, they come with their own meaning and they have their own story to tell. So we have reached the conclusion, and there is this small video of this.
Bharatanatyam is the oldest dance forms of India. It was nurtured in the temples and courts of southern India since ancient times. Later, it was codified and documented as a performing art in the 19th century by 4 brothers, known as the Tanjore portrait. The artists make use of beautiful hand and eye movements coordinated with the body to convey the message. It is more a personification of the music in a visual form. There are two kinds of movements in Bharatanatyam, the abstract and the expressive. The abstract movements are done to show rhythm, to provide decoration, and to create beauty. Expressive movements convey meaning and show emotion through a vocabulary of hand gestures, postures, and facial expressions. Their purpose is to portray a theme or a feeling and to transmit an experience of it to the audience. The movements of Bharatanatyam are unique and graceful. They are often described as geometric, for there is much geometry in the basic postures and movements on which the dance is built. Bharatanatyam is dynamic and energetic. It is also precise and balanced. The basic postures center the weight of the dancer, and there is little use of the hips or off-balance positions. Bharatanatyam has a variety of characteristic movements. Along with the rhythmic stomping of the feet, there are jumps and positions where the knees contact the floor. Many are executed in this dance with knees bent and turned outward. Performed by an expert dancer, these movements flow together gracefully. An exceptional feature of Bharatanatyam is the movements of the eyes, which complement and highlight the movements of the body. Every part of the body is involved in the dance, and their movements are defined and classified in this system of dance.
Thank you so much for being a part of this program today. We have a raffle going on with a door prize. So let's see. We have a door prize for this, and we have 3 giveaways for circus tickets. You guys can go ahead. Wait, yeah, that's fine. I want to be fair and square.
All right, so the first ticket. Nice. All right, first ticket. So we'll do the last 3 numbers. I think is what's different. 1, 2, 0. Someone have that one? Do you have it?
Oh my gosh!
Yay, come on up.
Oh my gosh!
How many do you
Door
want?
prize. That's the door prize.
Okay.
Here you go.
There you go.
Oh, okay, over here.
Come over here. Come over here. Okay, come here.
You'll be the camera.
Look here. Good.
Thank you so much. And you can distribute this, the circus tickets. Thank you so much, one for family.
Okay.
And if you have
Do
extra.
you want to take one of those back to your family? Here you go.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Being so patient with us. There you go. Do you need more? Sure. Okay.
There's also snacks back there if you want some snacks.
Yes, there we have some snack and just feel free to help yourselves. Did you guys get tickets?
We did, yes, thank
You
you.
did. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much that you liked it. Can you shake hands with
Are two different animals, like koala, koalas have koala, and I think the kitty cats have
Wow, that is a good piece of information I got. I stopped for 5 years.
Very nice.
You're excited, huh?
You did good.
So I have my business card over there.